Imagine a time when there was a man so wealthy that he could literally shower people with gold. A man so rich that his pilgrimage to Mecca caused inflation in the cities he visited. A man so powerful that he ruled over an empire that stretched from the Atlantic Ocean all the way to the Niger River. This man was Mansa Musa, also known as the ninth Mansa of the Mali Empire. He ascended to the throne in 1312. During his reign, the Mali Empire reached its peak of power and wealth. Musa's wealth came from the gold mines in his empire. The Mali Empire was located in a region that was rich in gold, and Musa was able to control the gold trade. He used his wealth to build up the empire and to fund his lavish lifestyle. Today in this video, we'll be talking about one of the richest men in the history of mankind, Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa was the ruler of Mali Empire. The Mali Empire was a West African empire that existed from the 13th to the 16th centuries. It was founded by Sundiata Keita in the 13th century, and it reached its peak of power under Mansa Musa in the 14th century. The exact birthplace of Mansa Musa is unclear, but most historians believe Mansa Musa was born in 1280 in the city of Niani, which was the capital of the Mali Empire at that time. He was the son of Magan Thirst. Mansa Musa ascended to power in 1312, following the death of his predecessor, Abu Bakr II, while on an expedition to discover the Atlantic Ocean. Abu Bakr II was a popular monarch, and his death was a significant blow for the Mali Empire. Mansa Musa, on the other hand, was able to swiftly solidify his position and establish himself as a powerful and effective ruler. There are two major hypotheses regarding Mansa Musa's rise to power. The first theory holds that he was a close relative of Abu Bakr II, and that the royal council chose him to be his successor. The second idea holds that he was a usurper who took power following Abu Bakr II's abduction. Neither of these two theories is supported by convincing evidence. However, because he was able to keep the allegiance of the royal council and the general community, it seems probable that Mansa Musa was a rightful successor to Abu Bakr II. Mansa Musa was educated in the Islamic tradition, and he also learned to read and write Arabic. He also studied the Quran and Islamic law. When he was young, Mansa Musa traveled to Egypt and other parts of the Middle East. These travels gave him a first-hand experience of Islamic culture and learning. Mansa Musa was a wise and just ruler, and he was known for his generosity. He used his wealth to promote trade, build mosques and schools, and support scholars and artists. Mansa Musa also expanded the territory of the Mali Empire. He conquered rival empires and also conquered the city of Timbuktu, which became a major center of Islamic learning and culture under Mansa Musa's rule. Geographically, the Mali Empire was located in a region that was rich in gold and salt. These two natural resources were the main reasons behind Mansa Musa's vast wealth. The Mali Empire's economy was based on trade. Mansa Musa's promotion of trade helped to make the Mali Empire one of the wealthiest empires in the world. The Mali Empire also had a strong agricultural sector. The empire's fertile land was ideal for growing crops such as millet, rice, and sorghum. One of the most famous stories about Mansa Musa is the story about his pilgrimage to the holy city Mecca. It was the year 1324, and Mansa Musa was on his way to Mecca. He was traveling with a caravan of over 60,000 people, and he was carrying so much gold that he caused inflation in the cities he visited. Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca was a grand affair. He traveled in style, and he gave generously to those he met along the way. According to Ibn Khaldun, who subsequently met one of the pilgrims, at each halt, he, Musa, would regale us with rare foods and confectionery. His equipment and furnishings were carried by 12,000 private slave women, wearing gowns of brocade and Yemeni silk. In addition, hundreds of troops and members of the Malian royal court joined Mansa Musa on his 4,000-mile trip to Mecca, along with tons of wealth and food. It was, without a doubt, quite a show. A vast golden tent metropolis across the desert. This would pique the interest of the rulers of the states through which Mansa Musa's procession was passing. Musa's voyage to Cairo in 1324 had an unusual occurrence. Al-Umari claims that the Mamluk Sultan Al-Malik al-Nasir dispatched an embassy to welcome Mansa Musa to his palace. The Malian emperor originally declined to admit that the main objective of his journey was the religious pilgrimage. Nonetheless, Mansa Musa treated the Mamluk Sultan with great care and respect, offering money and other treasures to be conveyed to the Mamluk Sultan as a symbol of his appreciation. Mansa Musa lavished riches on the Sultan, his court, Cairo, and its destitute with so much gold that the price of it had fallen owing to oversupply, producing an economic catastrophe in Egypt for almost a decade. Overall, Musa's charity throughout the journey harmed the Middle East region's economy. According to the US-based technology firm smartasset.com, Mansa, Musa's journey resulted in around $1.5 billion in economic losses across the Middle East as a result of gold devaluation. Some claim that when Mansa Musa learned of the consequences of his journey through Egypt, he attempted to remove as much gold as possible from circulation in Egypt by purchasing the identical gold he kindly handed to the people there. Musa's pilgrimage had a profound impact on the world. It helped to spread Islam throughout West Africa, and it also introduced the region to new ideas and technologies. Mansa Musa was extremely kind in nature. He built mosques and schools, and he spread the word of Islam throughout West Africa. On his way back from the pilgrimage in 1325, he included the province of Gao, the key commercial center of Timbuktu, into the empire, although records are scarce on the details. Whatever transpired, Timbuktu became an important element of Mansa Musa's domain. Mali's wealth enabled Musa to embark on a large construction project across the empire, notably at Timbuktu. During Mansa Musa's rule, the world-famous Jinguereber Mosque, which was built from mud brick and wood and is still standing, was built in Timbuktu. Another significant construction effort was the University of Sankore of the Sankore Madrasa, which became one of the world's major centers of Islamic study. Law, astronomy, medicine, theology, and other subjects were taught there, among others. Musa is supposed to have brought intellectuals back from the pilgrimage, who assisted in establishing the academic basis of this university. This group included an Andalusian poet and architect named Abu Ishaq es-Saheli, who is credited with designing the Jinguereber Mosque. According to Casely Hayford, by the end of Musa's reign, the University of Sankore had about 25,000 students and one of the world's largest libraries with 800,000 manuscripts. Mansa Musa not only conquered Gao and Timbuktu, but also other territories and towns. During his reign, he is reported to have annexed 24 cities in all. By the end of his reign, the Mali Empire had spread over 2,000 miles encompassing modern-day Mali, Senegal, Gambia, the Republic of Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Ivory Coast, Niger, Nigeria, Chad, Mauritania, and Burkina Faso. After Mansa Musa's death in 1337, the Mali Empire began to decline. One of the main reasons for this decline was internal conflict. There were a number of disputes over the succession, and this led to civil war. The war lasted for several years, and it weakened the empire significantly. The civil war was also costly in terms of human life. Many people were killed, and many more were displaced. The war also damaged the empire's infrastructure, and it made it difficult to govern. The civil war eventually ended in 1341, but the damage had been done. The Mali Empire was never as strong or as prosperous after the war. The rise of new empires in West Africa after Mansa Musa's death was a major factor in the collapse of the Mali Empire. The Songhai Empire, which was located to the east of the Mali Empire, began to grow in power during this time. The Songhai Empire eventually conquered the Mali Empire in the 16th century. The rise of the Songhai Empire was due to a number of factors, including the empire's strong military and its strategic location. The Songhai Empire was also able to take advantage of the Mali Empire's decline, which was caused by internal conflict and economic problems. Moreover, the Mali Empire's economy was based on trade, and the empire's trade routes were disrupted by the rise of the Atlantic slave trade in the 15th century. This led to a decline in the Mali Empire's economy, as the empire lost its monopoly on the gold trade. Additionally, the Mali Empire's rulers became increasingly corrupt after Mansa Musa's death, and this further contributed to the empire's economic problems. The Mali Empire finally collapsed in the 16th century. There are different descriptions of Mansa Musa's wealth. The exact amount of Mansa's wealth is unclear. Some estimates put Mansa Musa's net worth at over $400 billion in today's dollars. This would make him the richest person in history, even more wealthy than Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. And so, that is the story of Mansa Musa, the richest man who ever lived. His wealth was so vast that it is impossible to truly comprehend. He used his wealth to build mosques, libraries, and universities, and to promote trade and learning throughout his empire. He was a generous and benevolent ruler, and his legacy continues to inspire people today. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed learning about Mansa Musa, hit a like and subscribe for more videos like this.